In the brutal world of UFC, triumph and tragedy often walk hand in hand. Where raw power and unyielding determination collide, there is an undeniable price to pay for greatness. From shattered limbs to gruesome contusions, these shocking accounts will leave you gasping in disbelief. Delve deep into the horrifying chronicles of the top 10 worst UFC injuries as we chronicle the devastating moments that shook the fighting world to its core. In the thrilling world of MMA, few names evoke such fear as that of Frank Mir, the indomitable heavyweight. Renowned for his cunning submission fighting style, he was a beast in his prime. Many fighters had fallen prey to his crafty techniques, and among them was Tim Sylvia, an opponent who would forever bear the scars of their fateful encounter. The stage was set at UFC 48 in 2004, where they clashed for the vacant heavyweight title. It didn't take long for the mayhem to unfold. Merely 50 seconds into the brutal bout, Mir ensnared Sylvia in a bone-crushing armbar, demanding surrender. But Sylvia's pride, or perhaps his tenacity, led him to resist, resulting in a nightmarish turn of events. With merciless precision, Mir executed the maneuver, shattering Sylvia's arm in a crucifying and gruesome manner, leaving onlookers gasping in horror. The referee swiftly intervened, ending the agony and sealing Mir's victory. Though Sylvia eventually healed from the physical scars, the emotional torment lingered, and to this day his arm remains a reminder of that fateful encounter with the legendary Mir. A night of unforgettable fury unfolded at UFC 189 when two titans clashed in the octagon. The stage was set and the former welterweight champion Robbie Lawler faced off against the formidable Rory MacDonald. What started as a typical contest turned into an explosive battle as tempers flared, pushing the fighters beyond their limits. Within minutes, the canvas was painted with blood, and both warriors bore the scars of their epic confrontation. Bruised flesh and swollen eyes spoke of the brutality that unfolded before a captivated audience. Lawler showed no mercy, relentlessly pummeling MacDonald, who valiantly fought back despite sustaining multiple injuries. The intensity of the onslaught reached a dangerous peak, but just in the nick of time, a veteran savior emerged. Big John McCarthy intervened, shielding MacDonald from further punishment. Lawler's forceful fists had already disfigured MacDonald's face, leaving him barely recognizable. In the aftermath, the full extent of the damage became apparent. MacDonald's nose was gruesomely detached from his skull, a haunting reminder of the night that would forever be etched in UFC history. In the epic year of 06, the MMA world fixated its gaze on Japan's formidable Pride FC. Amidst the fervor, the electrifying clash of archenemy Shogun Rua and Mark Coleman took center stage. In a mere heartbeat into the brawl, Coleman unleashed a jaw-dropping maneuver, causing Rua to crumble into a bone-chilling, almost cinematic manner, fracturing his arm in a gruesome twist of fate. But that wasn't the end of the carnage. Relentless and fueled by adrenaline, Coleman mercilessly rained down a barrage of brutal strikes and blood-soaked blows upon the fallen warrior. Pandemonium erupted on the sidelines as Rua's allies, incensed by this savagery, rushed to retaliate against Coleman, demanding retribution. The referee was forced to transcend the confines of regular officiating, stepping in to quell the chaos and prevent further escalation into outright mayhem. Alas, Rua's fate was sealed with a dislocated elbow, a sight that sent shivers down the spines of all who witnessed this harrowing spectacle. In a clash of two seasoned submission artists, the arena witnessed a chaotic spectacle. Palhares, notorious for his insidious tactic of prolonging submissions to inflict harm rather than granting mercy to his opponents, faced off against Pierce in a whirlwind of kicks, punches, and evasions. When the moment seemed ripe for disaster, Palhares ensnared Pierce's leg in a vice-like grip, and despite the immediate tap-out, he callously clung on, shattering Pierce's limb into a devastating snap. The aftermath was harrowing, leaving Pierce to endure months of agonizing healing. Despite his triumphant return after recovery, he mustered only one more fight before vanishing from the ring forever, haunted by the specter of that fateful encounter. In an electrifying showdown between the fierce female fighters of UFC 198's MMA, a breathtaking scene unfolded in the octagon. Throughout the first round, both combatants exhibited incredible balance and determination, leaving no clear dominator. However, just 90 seconds into the second round, the battle took an unexpected turn. Leslie, maintaining a poised fighting stance, was calculating her next attack, seeking the perfect moment to unleash a barrage of punishing punches on Jessica. Little did she know that Jessica had other plans. In a shocking move, Jessica executed a stealthy yet ferocious right hook that collided with Leslie's ear, resulting in a horrifying explosion of blood. The impact caused a massive gaping cut that refused to cease its crimson flow. Helplessly witnessing the gruesome spectacle, referee Herb Dean had no choice but to halt the bout, awarding victory to the resilient Jessica I. In a heart-stopping showdown that shook the world of mixed martial arts, a clash of titans unfolded on May 1, 2011, as Jose Aldo, the reigning champion, stepped into the octagon to defend his coveted title against the formidable Mark Hominick at UFC 129. For Hominick, it was a chance at glory, his very first major title shot. As the intense battle raged on for 5 grueling rounds, Aldo displayed prowess, ultimately triumphing by unanimous decision. Yet amidst the fury of combat, a scene of agony unfolded before the world's eyes. Hominick, battered and bloodied, bore a hematoma and endured multiple injuries with astonishing courage, pushing himself to the limits of human endurance. At the final bell, both warrior and wounded had earned the respect of all. Post-battle, the wounded warrior was rushed to the emergency ward, where medical teams worked tirelessly to tend to his battered body and heal the wounds of his unforgettable fight. In a clash at UFC 981, the brutal showdown between Travis Browne and Matt Mitrione etched its place in MMA history as a spectacle of agony and valor. With the scales of fate teetering precariously, Browne, a heavyweight force to be reckoned with, showcased his mettle. Mitrione, no stranger to the fray, masterfully contained Browne, holding his ground with tenacity. However, in the harrowing third round, Browne unleashed a ferocious punch akin to a raging tempest upon Mitrione's right eye, instantaneously engulfing it in a swell. With ruthless precision, Browne struck the same tormented spot once more, shrouding Mitrione's eye in a veil of temporary blindness. The sight was one of unbridled horror, leaving spectators aghast. To compound this calamity, a dislocated shoulder injury nearly ruptured Mitrione's skin, revealing the haunting fragility of human form under the duress of such ruthless contest. Ultimately, Browne emerged as the triumphant victor. Once more, the name of Frank Mir finds its way onto this list. This time it was a broken arm, but not just any arm, it belonged to his adversary, the formidable Minotauro Nogueira. In a gripping moment, Mir managed to lock in a tight kimura, pushing Minotauro to the very brink of his physical limits. Defying all reason, the Brazilian warrior refused to tap out, goading Mir into a fearsome display of aggression. With a menacing force, Mir twisted and snapped his opponent's arm, sending waves of terror through the mesmerized crowd. It was a sight both thrilling and chilling. The referee had no choice but to intervene, declaring Mir the victor in this bone-shattering spectacle. In a riveting and dramatic showdown at London's iconic O2 Arena, 2 formidable demons clashed in the unforgettable world of MMA. The battle bore witness to the demise of one half of this diabolical duo as he faced the last stand of his illustrious professional career. During the fierce exchange, a thunderous blow from the electrifying knee of Page served Santos sent shockwaves through the arena, culminating in a jaw-dropping knockout. As if struck by the fury of the underworld, Page crumbled into the canvas, prompting swift action as he was urgently rushed to the hospital. The impact of the savage strike was no less than catastrophic, shattering his skull with unrelenting force. The X-ray results unveiled the extent of the devastation. Santos' forehead cracked, necessitating a high-risk surgical operation that loomed over the prospect of potential brain damage. In MMA history, December 2013 etched a moment both infamous and unforgettable, the most renowned yet harrowing UFC injury to date. Back then, Anderson Silva, a titan among pound-for-pound fighters worldwide, suffered a devastating blow to his reputation when Weidman snatched the middleweight crown from him 5 months prior. The rematch brimmed with promise, a chance for redemption and vengeance. The early rounds bore witness to an aggressive Silva tormenting Weidman with his fierce leg kicks. But in a cruel twist of fate, a seemingly unstoppable low left kick aimed for Weidman's undoing turned into a nightmare for Silva. Weidman's impeccable block shattered Anderson's shin bone, the sight of which left fans shrieking in horror and fight commentators gasping for words. Anderson crumbled, the fight terminated, and Weidman was declared the victor. While Anderson eventually recovered from the defeat, the scars of that injury remain undeniable. And with this, we reach the end of today's video. What did you think of today's video? Share your opinion. Do let us know in the comments section below if you liked today's video. Give us a thumbs up, and do not forget to hit the subscribe button, share this video with your friends and family, and press the bell icon for more upcoming videos. We'll see you next time with a newer video. Stay tuned and take care.